Where do the presidential candidates stand on the economy? Let's discuss that with Max Wolff. He's the chief economist at the Manhattan Venture Partners Bank. Good to have you with us, Max. So clearly revitalizing depressed areas, job creation, these are important questions for many Americans. What's your assessment of where the candidates stand on that?
So thanks for having me. It's great to be here. I think that the candidates begin to give us a little bit of insight in their past speeches, their television commercials, their platforms, but we saw them kind of duke it out a little bit last night. And while most of these debates are really shows and chances to sort of get you or gotcha moments between the candidates, some kind of a sketch of policy emerges. To be fair here, Donald Trump does not have the standard PhD economics advisors that we're used to seeing from any party, nor has he gone as far or provided as much detail or real filling out of his vision economically that we're used to getting. Hillary Clinton, of course, has. She has the usual types of advisors who are renowned and prestigious, and they've gone much further in sketching their plan. So to be fair, we're kind of comparing a glimpse and some parts of a plan from Donald Trump with an actual articulated plan from Hillary Clinton. That being said, Donald Trump is trying to place himself in the vein of great Republicans who offer deregulation, lower taxes, particularly on business, which is popular right now as American firms have literally trillions of dollars not put to work, hundreds of billions of which are offshore. And so he's sort of pushing that idea. And Hillary Clinton is saying it's time for the middle class to catch up, to be given opportunity. And she's talking about paid family leave, a rise in the minimum wage, and the final completion of the long-delayed Equal Rights Act to make sure that women and men are not paid different amounts for similar or the same work.
Well, what Trump has, Max, of course, is his business experience. That's what he repeatedly touts. You know, I am a businessman. How does that play with voters? Do they trust him to have sound economic policies because of that?
Yeah, so I think a lot of voters do like, particularly more conservative or traditionally Republican voters, like the idea of a businessman. And certainly, look, business is the business of America, as folks have often said. And he does have business background. What he's done for most of his adult life appears to be license his name and make reality television programs, which is not a completely standard approach to business. But earlier in his life, he was associated with the business of property development, which is a big business, and he's a casino owner. I think the problem he has is reality TV star, licensor, and casino owner create as many problems as they create solutions in terms of getting a fan base. That being said, I think by and large, the American public is very pro-business, less than it used to be before the Great Depression, or Great Recession, excuse me, but still very pro-business. And a lot of folks are drawn to Donald Trump both by his affluence and his success as a businessman.
He criticized her on trade agreements, NAFTA and the TPP. On those, she does seem to be changing her position, doesn't she?
Yeah, so clearly she was more favorably disposed toward trade agreements, probably when America was more favorably disposed. So the average voter has migrated or evolved in his or her perspective, and Hillary Clinton has migrated or evolved alongside those voters. So clearly her husband is very much associated in his reign in the 1990s with free trade, and she was historically as well, including as the Secretary of State most recently. The TPP is sort of the bigger one that we're all talking about right now, this Trans-Pacific Partnership. It's a long delayed. She had been an advocate for this plan, is now a critic of it. Donald Trump does do very well with the public here, particularly older, less educated white males who are basically his voters, who are very hostile to the notion of international trade and feel that when America deals with foreigners and globalization, America loses or that they lose. And his criticism of trade, particularly of the NAFTA agreement, was prominent in the debates last night and very clearly scores him points, particularly in battleground states like Ohio and Michigan.
Interesting stuff, Max. Thank you very much indeed for sharing your thoughts with us, Max Wolff there.